Hey, fifth graders, this is my last video for this morning, which is great. I know you've had a lot of videos and there's a fair amount of work to catch up on right now, but I wanted to talk to you about subtracting fractions. So last week we learned about adding fractions, and we've done this before, but I just thought I'd put it out here again to kind of refresh on it because I've noticed with almost every time I've taught, like fractions take a long time for kids to really understand them and to get good at them, and you need practice. You need to kind of see it a lot. So subtracting fractions means that we must use common denominators. I don't have any shortcuts with like butterfly method. I don't really have a shortcut other than common denominators is like the key to both adding and subtracting fractions. So with these fractions, what we're going to do is talk about this first one, 5/6 minus 2/3. And I'm going to draw a picture of each of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 5/6 as a pie chart, right? So I'm going to make a little graphic to go with this, just to explain how they work. And then I'm going to take away 2/3. So I'm going to draw a graphic for that too. So I'm going to draw two equal sized circles, which I'd like you to draw as well. And I'm going to break it up. So this one I'm going to break into 6 pieces, which means I cut it in half and then I break each side into thirds, right? And each of those pieces should be about the same size. I mean, if we were drawing it on a computer, it would be perfect. But on this, we just kind of do our best to sketch it out. And on this one, I'm going to draw it into thirds. Notice 6 pieces, that's the bottom. 3 pieces, that's the denominator. In each case, this is what we're drawing. And then we color in how much we have. So if we come back here and say, well, on this one, I have 5 out of 6. So I'm going to color in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ate 5/6 of the pizza, or I have 5/6 of the pizza, right? And now I'm going to say, well, now I ate 2/3 of it. Now notice that the 2/3 is in a different format. Like I can't compare them because one piece over here is way bigger than the pieces on the first one. So what I got to do is coloring 2/3. I colored in 2 pieces, but they're big pieces. And what I want to do is make the pieces the same size. That's really important. So in order to do that, in order for me to make them the same size, I noticed that 3 and 6 are both have they're both basically multiples of 3, which means I can just double this one, right? So one of the things I can do to change this is I can multiply this 3 times 2 to make it 6, right? And I can multiply this 2, the pieces, times 2 to make it 4. So my new fraction right there is going to become 4/6. So what I essentially am doing is I'm making this 5/6, right, minus 4/6. And the reason that happens is because what I did is I'm splitting these up by doubling the number of pieces, or the number of pieces in this pizza. I'm basically doubling it up. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to draw a new line right here. Oh, you can hardly see that. That's not good. And a new line right there. And what happens is now I have equal sized pieces. So I'm going to go back here and draw this in black. So now that these are equal sized pieces, I can compare them. Look at the comparison now. I've got 5 out of 6 pieces here and 4 out of 6 pieces here. Notice I did not add any pink or take any pink away. The amount stayed the same. The number of pieces split up. And I did that by finding a common denominator. Basically, I made them both 6. So now, when I do this problem, I just say, well, I keep the bottom, I keep the denominator 6. And I say 5 minus 4. 5 pieces that are all the same size minus 4 pieces that are all of the same size would give me 1 piece. So what do I have left? I have 1/6 of the pizza left, right? Because all that's going to be left after I finish this is that single piece right there, because all of those get taken away, right? Okay, so that is how you would draw a picture of it. Now I'm going to show you a problem where we're going to not draw a picture of it, where we're going to just kind of work on it, because sometimes problems don't work out with pictures so well. We are going to do 4/5 minus 1/4, 1/4, 4/5 minus 1/4. Now, I can draw both of these, but the problem is when I draw them, what's going to happen is the pieces are very different from each other. Like 1/4 and 4/5, they don't fit into each other that well. So in this one, what I'm going to lean on is common denominators. So I'm going to look for all of the factors of 5, I'm sorry, the multiples, and then all of the multiples of 4, my denominators. So I'm going to skip count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I'm going to do all the factors of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I stop there because I notice that 20 is in both of them, right? I have a 20 here and I have a 20 there. So that's my lowest common denominator, right? That's the one I can use right there. My lowest common denominator is 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the bottom of the fraction to 20. So let's go back to that blue. Was it this blue? We're going to change the bottom of the fraction to 20 on both of them, because that's what I want my denominator to get to. I'm going to put the minus sign in the middle. I'm going to very quickly get rid of this arrow because it's just confusing at this point. And then I'm going to say, how do I get my numerators to get to the right thing? How do I get my numerators changed? So I look at this and I say, well, I know that to get from 5 to 20, remember, whatever I do to the bottom of a fraction, I have to do to the top. To get to 5 to 20, I have to go times 4. And that means I do the exact same thing to the top. I go 4 times 4 would give me 16. And over here, I look at it, I say, how do I get from 4 to 20? That would be 5 times 5. So over here, I go 1 times 5, which gives me 5, right? So notice that whatever I did to the bottom to get to 20, I do that to the numerator. Whatever I did to 5 to get to 20 over here, I do to the numerator. And that gives me my new problem. Now, I could draw that, but drawing 20 pieces on a pizza on a circle is going to take me forever, and it would look like just a big mess. That's a whole lot of pieces. But I can say that these pieces are the same size, right? 16 over here, 5 over there. So when I take these away, I keep the numerator the same. And I'm going to rewrite the problem just so it's real clear for you guys. I'm going to write 16 minus 20, or 16 over 20, I'm sorry, 16 20ths minus 5 20ths, right, equals, well, we know the numerator, the number of pieces is still 20, it stays the same. On the top, 16 minus 5 equals 11. And I'm done. That's the answer. 11 over 20. I can't simplify it because 11 is a prime number. I'm done. The answer to this problem is 11 over 20. And that is how you do subtraction with common denominators. I'm going to show you your problems that I'd like you to work on. Actually, I'll go back here just very quickly. Make sure that you get this copied down in your notebook. Make sure that you label it. Make sure you get all the writing down. And then you're going to turn that in to me later in the week. And then I'd like you to do these in your notebook as well, these 4 problems. So 5/6 minus 2/3. That's not the same one we just did, is it? How funny. All right, well, I made the same problem. There you go. You don't have to do that one. 8/9 minus 1/2, 4/5 minus 3/4, and 7/10 minus 2/15. I'd like you to try these other 3 problems in your notebook right now. And you guys can work together in class on them, and turn those into me as well. When you turn in your note card, you'll take a picture of that as well. Have a great day, everybody. A lot of videos today, a lot of work today. I understand. We're just getting into a new thing, so it takes a little while. I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a wonderful Monday.